particular angle, being this, or this, because your angle is going to define your shot. A level angle at center ball is going to give you one result. A higher angle with center ball, believe it or not, will get you a different result, because what it does is it affects speed then, because you're going to get a downward shot, which is going to give you a backward spin. You're not using draw, so people think that, oh, it's not draw, you're not getting back. Yes, you are, because you're hitting down on it. You've got no choice. It has no choice. Physics. If you shoot down on this ball like this, it's going to spin backwards. It's going to jump on you a little bit because it's going to go in this direction off this hard slate. It's going to jump a little bit. You might not see it. Maybe you will. It depends on how hard you shoot. But it's going to have a backward spin to it. If you shoot level, absolute level at center ball, it's going to slide. You can this is what I call a measle ball. I don't know what other people call it, but I call it a measle ball. It's got the red dots on it. It's really good. It helps you show you spin. It'll even help you show you stop or skid shot. Skid like this. If this dot doesn't move, then it's sliding. All right. Center ball hits are based off a slider. Well, you can only get a slider if you have the cue level and you hit it at a speed. And depending on how your speed is, depends on how far it's going to slide before it starts rolling. Because once the weight dies down, or the skid stops, it's got no choice but to roll by simple inertia, and that's the weight of the stroke. So when you hit center at level, it's going to scoot, and it's going to scoot depending on how much energy you put into the stroke. When you hit down on it, it's going to scoot as well. And I'm talking center ball. If you hit at an angle and you hit down into it at center ball, it's going to scoot as well, but it's also going to have this backspin to it a little bit, and it's also going to hop a little bit. And when it hops, that's now you're playing with accuracy a little bit more. Okay. You don't have to be pinpoint on advice when you're doing things. You just have to get the basics down, the fundamentals, and from the fundamentals you start imagining this whole world out there and the possibilities that you can achieve through finding these little secrets and little puzzles out. Really can't find their game by experimenting in a match. I mean, you hear the stories about the pros where they missed a shot in a match. You know, they probably shot it, thousands of times, but they missed this particular shot in a match. So they go back and they practice it, and they play it, and they play it, and play it, and play it, until they don't miss. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to do this until you get it, until you make it, and then move on. And you're looking at it like, well, that just defeats the purpose. Shouldn't I practice it? Yes, you should. But what I want you to do is I want you to find it first. And once you find it, I want you to push yourself to find the next one and the next one. And then if you do this exercise, taking this ball to that diamond, getting it within a ball, close enough, getting it within a ball, and then moving on to the next diamond. You do that before every practice session, you're going to have a better stroke than a lot of people. A lot of people out there, you're going to have a better stroke. The whole idea, though, is finding out which stroke gives you a certain desire, but you're not going to get the required outcome if you don't have that stroke, because the stroke, speed and spin are all together. If you use speed and stroke, or speed and spin with a different stroke, you're going to get a different result. It might just be minor, but it could be major. But if you consistently get a stroke from one point to the end, one point to the end, not past B to C, just because somebody told you to follow through, not short of B because you're afraid you're going to hit it too soft, but from A to B through the cue ball, and it could be, 6 inches past it, like a lot of the books and videos will tell you, go 6 inches past it. Well, we're going 2 diamonds, we're not going to go 6 inches past that. Then all you're doing is just pushing the ball with the tip. We want a stroke. So you're going to do a small backstroke to set your distance, and then you're going to come through with a follow through with the imagination of weight, and hope that comes out. And then after a while you're going to develop it, and then every time you use this drill it's going to be getting better and better and better. And this is the first exercise warm-up. I don't call it necessarily a drill, but it's a warm-up. It's to warm up your stroke. If you spend hours on one shot and then you get into a match, now you're at a different distance. You didn't warm up. You just practice a shot over and over again. Okay, so the warm-up. The next warm-up will be, of course, going to the next rail, and then the next warm-up will go into the next rail, and the next rail, and I'll explain those on the next video. So me and Rudy are going to play a game. I'm going to keep it on my phone. I got an app that I developed, and I use it to keep my scores, because there's a scoring system to this game. I'm going to let you watch, and I'll go through the scoring system and everything on a later video. But if you want to get a jump start before you get the next video, you can always go to the website. It'll be in the link. I told Rudy I wouldn't do this. It'll be in the link below, up above. I don't know where. I don't know this stuff. But I'm going to find out. I'll get you the link. It'll get you to my website. It has the rules. It has a few videos there. I don't know if there's any history about me, but if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them, please, just because it made me feel good. And you can subscribe to my channel if you want to see further videos. But just I'll keep scoring this score, and I'll give you the results on the next video. Let's get to playing. Ciao.